Florida is preparing for its largest evacuation in 7 years as Hurricane Milton intensifies over the Gulf of Mexico. Milton is currently a Category 5 hurricane and is expected to make landfall on Wednesday.
Time is running out to escape Hurricane Milton, and those efforts are being complicated by debris left in those neighborhoods.
As of now, Walt Disney World has not officially announced any widespread theme park closures ahead of the impending Hurricane Milton, a Category 4 storm projected to severely impact Central Florida. Despite the looming threat and the storm's expected path through the Orlando area, where Walt Disney World is located, Disney has only confirmed the closure of a few specific properties. According to a report from Goldman Sachs released Tuesday, the storm is anticipated to have a major financial impact on the company, with a projected 9-figure loss resulting from park closures, disruptions, and decreased attendance as the hurricane makes landfall. The impact of Hurricane Milton on Disney World operations. Hurricane Milton is currently tracking towards Florida's Gulf Coast and is expected to make landfall near Tampa on Wednesday. The storm, with sustained winds and storm surges characteristic of a Category 4 hurricane, will then proceed inland toward the Orlando area by late Wednesday or early Thursday. Orlando, home to the sprawling Walt Disney World Resort, is under significant threat, and the area has already been placed under a hurricane warning by the National Weather Service, NWS. As of the latest announcements, Disney has implemented some precautionary closures, focusing primarily on its resorts. The Fort Wilderness Campground, along with villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge and Saratoga Springs Resort, are scheduled to close starting at 11 a.m. EDT on Wednesday. Disney has refrained from making any announcements regarding the closure of its 4 main theme parks. The company has stated that it is closely monitoring the storm's developments and will make adjustments based on the latest weather forecast. This suggests that further closures could be announced if the storm's severity continues to escalate, or if safety concerns for guests and staff necessitate such actions. While Disney has yet to provide details on its broader operational plans, its decision to preemptively close certain areas signals the potential for more closures if the hurricane's path and intensity remain as forecasted. A significant storm could not only damage park infrastructure, but also pose serious safety risks to guests and employees. The parks feature many outdoor attractions, rides, and entertainment that could be vulnerable to high winds, torrential rain, and potential flooding. For instance, Magic Kingdom's iconic Cinderella Castle and Animal Kingdom's towering Tree of Life, while structurally sound, are exposed to the elements and could suffer cosmetic damage or more severe impacts depending on the hurricane's force. Goldman Sachs forecasts major financial losses for Disney. While Disney's official statement on the storm remains relatively cautious, financial analysts are already preparing for a significant economic blow. According to the report from Goldman Sachs, the company's parks division could see its earnings reduced by anywhere from $150 million to $200 million this quarter due to the storm. This projection factors in both operational disruptions and a sharp decline in park attendance. Hurricane Milton, with its direct trajectory through Central Florida, could cause widespread cancellations of travel plans for tourists visiting Disney World, leading to a significant loss in ticket sales, merchandise purchases, and hotel bookings. Furthermore, the financial implications are expected to extend beyond just Walt Disney World. Disney's global entertainment empire includes other Florida-based operations, such as Disney Cruise Line, which may also experience disruptions as ports close and sailings are canceled. During Hurricane Irma in 2017, Disney's Parks division took a $100 million hit after the company was forced to close its theme parks for 2 days and cancel multiple cruises. If Goldman Sachs's projections hold, Hurricane Milton could end up being Disney's most financially damaging storm in Florida since Irma. The financial report also estimates that park attendance could drop by 6% this quarter as a direct result of the storm, a major setback for Disney as it continues to recover from the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. For safety measures and preparations ahead of the storm. In anticipation of the storm, Disney has likely been enacting a series of precautionary safety measures, even though it has yet to announce full park closures. These preparations include securing outdoor structures, rides, and any features that could become hazardous in high winds. The company's well-established protocols for dealing with hurricanes involve ensuring guest safety by providing evacuation plans, sheltering guests who are staying at Disney Resort hotels, and distributing emergency supplies. Disney has a history of dealing with hurricanes, having closed its parks several times in the past due to severe weather. According to USA Today, Walt Disney World has closed at least 7 times before because of hurricanes, including for Hurricanes Irma in 2017, Matthew in 2016, Francis and John in 2004, Floyd in 1999, and Andrew in 1992. Each of these closures resulted in both logistical challenges and substantial financial losses. In the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, Disney faced the difficult task of assessing damage, implementing repairs, and ensuring the safety of its staff and visitors, all while contending with the loss of revenue from the days the parks were closed. The company likely has comprehensive protocols in place to assess potential damage from Milton, which could involve post-storm inspections and extensive cleanup efforts if the storm hits with full force. Local impact and wider Central Florida theme park closures. While Disney has yet to announce whether it will close its parks, other Central Florida attractions have already confirmed their operational suspensions. Universal Orlando Resort, a major competitor to Disney in the region, has announced it will close at 2 p.m. EDT on Wednesday and will remain closed through Thursday. Universal's popular Halloween Horror Nights events, a major draw for the park in the fall season, have also been canceled for both Wednesday and Thursday nights. Universal's decision to close its doors ahead of the storm aligns with typical precautionary measures taken by major theme parks in the area. Legoland Florida Resort and SeaWorld Orlando will also be closed on Wednesday and Thursday as they brace for the storm's arrival. Busch Gardens. Tampa, which is located closer to the hurricane's projected landfall, has taken more severe action, closing its park entirely through Thursday. These closures highlight the widespread precautions being taken across Central Florida's tourism industry in response to Hurricane Milton. The impact of these closures extends beyond theme parks and affects the entire Central Florida economy. Orlando International Airport, the primary gateway for tourists arriving in the region, has announced that it will close for commercial air travel starting at 8 a.m. on Wednesday. While the airport will remain open to receive flights carrying emergency relief supplies, this closure underscores the severity of the storm's expected impact. Tourists who had planned to travel to Central Florida during the storm's approach will likely have their flights canceled or delayed, further contributing to the overall decline in park attendance and economic activity in the region. The National Weather Service's warnings and storm projections. As of 11 a.m. EDT on Tuesday, the National Weather Service, NWS, issued a hurricane warning for the Orlando area, with forecasts predicting that hurricane-force winds could reach the region by Thursday morning. The NWS is also warning of tropical storm-force winds continuing through Thursday afternoon. Wind speeds in the area are projected to reach between 74 and 100 miles per hour, which corresponds to the intensity of a Category 1 or 2 hurricane. These winds have the potential to cause extensive damage to buildings, trees, and power lines, while also posing significant risk to anyone caught outdoors. The NWS is also warning of life-threatening storm surges, which could lead to severe flooding in coastal areas. For inland areas like Orlando, rainfall is expected to total between 6 and 10 inches, creating the risk of flash flooding, especially in low-lying areas. In addition to wind and rain, the NWS has also warned of the potential for tornadoes as the storm passes through Central Florida, adding yet another layer of danger for residents and visitors alike. Local officials and the NWS are urging residents to prepare for considerable wind damage and to take precautions by securing their homes, stocking up on essential supplies, and following any evacuation orders that may be issued. Orlando residents and tourists currently in the region should prepare for potential power outages, which could last for days depending on the extent of damage to the area's infrastructure. Historical context. Disney's previous experiences with hurricanes. Walt Disney World's history with hurricanes has shown that the company is well versed in managing the challenges presented by severe storms. The park's first hurricane-related closure occurred in 1999 during Hurricane Floyd, when Disney closed its gates for one day as the storm threatened the region. Since then, Disney has implemented increasingly sophisticated plans for responding to hurricanes, including the development of robust emergency protocols and the fortification of its parks and resorts against storm damage. The most recent major storm to impact Disney World was Hurricane Irma in September 2017. In that instance, Disney made the difficult decision to close all 4 of its theme parks for 2 days, as well as cancel several Disney Cruise Line sailings. Although the parks were spared significant structural damage, the financial impact was considerable. The $100 million loss Disney reported after Irma highlights the high stakes involved in managing a major storm event, especially given the scale of the company's operations in Florida. Hurricane Irma also served as a learning experience for Disney in terms of how to coordinate post-storm recovery efforts and minimize future financial losses. Beyond the financial toll, hurricanes present a significant logistical challenge for Disney. With tens of thousands of employees, massive amounts of infrastructure, and the need to accommodate large numbers of guests during emergency situations, the company must balance the safety of its workers and visitors with the economic realities of closing its parks. Looking ahead, the long-term impact of Hurricane Milton. If Hurricane Milton follows its current projected path, the storm could leave a lasting mark on Disney's operations in Florida, not only through immediate financial losses, but also by creating logistical challenges that extend beyond the storm's duration. Depending on the level of damage to park, infrastructure, and the surrounding area, Disney could face additional costs in the form of repairs, insurance claims, and potential lawsuits. However, given Disney's extensive experience with hurricanes and its comprehensive emergency plans, the company will likely work quickly to restore normal operations as soon as it is safe to do so. In the coming days, all eyes will be on Disney to see how it navigates this latest hurricane crisis. While the immediate focus remains on ensuring the safety of guests and employees, the broader financial implications of Hurricane Milton could reverberate through the company's balance sheets for months to come, particularly as it continues to recover from the ongoing economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. For now, Disney's priority will be weathering the storm, both literally and figuratively, while hoping that the damage inflicted by Hurricane Milton is less severe than the current forecasts predict.